All right, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about FabFilter Timeless 3. Now this, I'm going to say, is a close tie between this and probably Echo Boy by Sound Toys are like my two favorite delays. Slate has a pretty good delay. I forgot what it's called off the top of my head. But yeah, this FabFilter Timeless 3 and Echo Boy are definitely in my top two. I will have to do one on Echo Boy as well. But anyways, we're going to get into Timeless. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you the in and outs from my song Hall of Fame. And it's processed, but no reverb, only the delay. Check this out.
Dime a dozen, play with me, bring your cousin, chill baby, peel baby, only one, only one and done.
All right, so that was again the process vocal with just the timeless, no reverb at all. And the reason why I want you to be able to hear that is one, the process vocal is the way that I ended up, messing with the vocal. But then I want you to clearly hear what the delay is doing. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff that you can do on or with Timeless, but the main thing I want you to understand is really down in this area. These things are your main things that you're going to be touching. I don't really mess with ducking and instability. When you hover over them, just like with most FabFilter things, it tells you what it does. All right. So if you just aren't a reader, I would suggest YouTubing a deep dive. I will probably do a deep dive later, but I don't have one out right now. This is the first video I've done with Timeless, but please understand what you're doing with a delay before you start messing with it, or just mess with it until you understand it. One of the two. But for me, what I do is the first thing I do is I go to this musical note right here, and you can see it says the delay sync button offers different modes to synchronize the delay time to the song tempo. When enabled, the main knob changes into delay offset, ranging from 50% to 200% of the synchronized time. All right. In short, if you want your delay to be in cadence, to be synchronized in time with the tempo of the song, this is what you mess with. Simple as that. All right. So we're going to click on this, and then it says free is the first option. Then it's half note, a quarter note, eighth note, 16th note. All right. So these are I believe these are called measures, or beats. There's like beats, bars, and measures. Somebody who actually knows music and music theory, feel free to critique the crap out of me right now. I've learned this stuff in the past. I just never see it and never look at it, so I don't remember. But anyways, so like a half note is going to be at like half speed or half the tempo of what you're doing. And then a quarter is a quarter of it, and then an eighth, and then a 16th. All right. So if you want to have a certain cadence to your delay, then you're going to select what note you want that delay to hit on. So I'm going to play it again. Looks like I have quarter note selected. So I'm going to play this again. So you can hear it.
Dime a dozen, play with me, bring your cousin,
So you can hear it's like, So it's kind of quick. Now I'm going to move it to half note so you can hear the difference.
Dime a dozen, play with me, bring your cousin, Chill, baby.
And then I'm going to go back to the quarter note so you can hear the difference.
Dime a dozen. Play with me. Bring your cousin.
Now, another thing that you might have noticed if you are one of the smart Hendo followers is that you can see the difference up here. So watch these lines kind of change positions. All right. And then I'm going to go back to the half note. And so what it's trying to show you, if you look down here, you can see 0/2, and then you see a 4. Then let's go to quarter note. You can see 0/4 and then a 4. So what it's doing is giving you the representation of what the delay and when the delay sequence is going to happen. All right. So that's all the note. Another thing I would suggest is using straight. All right. Because that means it's going to be straight on that tempo, on that cadence. I have no idea what dotted and triplet mean. Again, I will try to do a deep dive on this at a different time, but as of right now, I have no idea what they mean, and I don't use them. If you want to try them out, by all means do that, and just kind of like figure out what it does without reading FabFilter's website. By the way, if you go to the help, which you know, I'm all about this. I'm all about reading and figuring out what stuff does. But if you go to help tools, it will take you to the website. And then you can like literally go through the knobs, an overview, delay display, what all this stuff means. But I just currently do not. So by all means, if you want to do that, do that. I think you are an all-star if you do that. This looks like a die. Actually, I don't know what that is. Let's see. The read mode button toggles between classic tape delay. Oh, it's a tape reel. That's what it is. I never knew what that was. It's a tape reel. So it's emulating tape delay, classic tape delay behavior, and time stretching behavior in tape mode. Yeah. So it's emulating like tape delay. I don't use it. Simple as that. I don't use it. All right. So the next thing that I'm going to play with on here, again, I'm trying to stay right here in this area, is there's the drive. All right. So drive knob sets the level at which the input is driven. Higher amounts will make the internal saturation of the delay more apparent. You can quickly enable or disable the effect by clicking in the center of the knob. Clicking and dragging the knob will change the drive amount. Simply put, to turn it on, you click it. To turn it off, you click it again. All right. It's currently on. I kind of said the opposite, but if you want it to be more, turn it up. If you want it to be less, turn it down. Simple as that. All right. Let's go to lo-fi. The lo-fi effect is a well-tuned combination of sample rate and bit depth reduction. It can be used to pleasantly degrade the signal from a subtle vintage edge all the way to a total destruction. You can quickly enable or disable the effect by clicking the center of the knob. Clicking and dragging the knob will change the lo-fi distortion amount. So, again, simple enough. Click it to turn it on, turn it up, turn it down. Spoiler alert, that's the way the rest of these work. I will just read off diffuse and the rest of them. Again, I actually don't use diffuse. Sometimes I use lo-fi. Sometimes I use drive. The main one I really use is pitch and or dynamics. Really just dynamics. But let's read off dynamics. All right. I'm going to skip diffuse. Again, you can read it yourself up here, but I'm going to read dynamics because this one I use. The dynamics knob can be used to either gate or compress the incoming audio. Turning the knob to the right will add heavily pumping compression, while turning the knob to the left will introduce great all-purpose gating or expansion. You can quickly enable or disable the effect by clicking the center of the knob, Clicking and dragging the knob will change the amount of dynamic change. All right, so simple enough. You turn it up, you hear more of the vocal as in like down the road. All right, so think about it like that. Like, what do I want the delay to sound like later? Like, I hear it, and then what does it sound like? What does that echo sound like? So I had this on 0.355. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this to 0. Actually, I don't even know what negative does. This is why I love teaching, is because I find out things that I had no idea myself. So here's 0. And I'm going to play this.
Dime a dozen. Play with me. Bring your cousin.
All right. Now I'm going to turn it. I'm just going to turn it all the way up. All right. This is at 1, which is like 100%. All right.
Dime a dozen. Play with me. Bring your cousin.
So that was like a louder. I'm sorry if you had this turned up. I apologize. But that was louder than like my actual vocal. That's insane. I didn't even know it got that loud. That's pretty wild. So let's now turn it down into the negative and see what that sounds like.
Dime a dozen. Play with me. Bring your cousin.
So y'all might not be able to hear it, but I can hear it. And it's very, very quiet. I don't even know why that's an option. Surely it's an option for a reason, but I don't know what that is. Maybe if you were doing a movie and maybe you want something to echo, but you want it to be very quiet and it needs to do it over like a long period of time. So if you're doing like sound design and maybe that's the purpose of it. Other than that, I don't know. Like, I have no idea why you would want the echo to be that quiet. But I'm going to put it back to where I had it, or at least close. Boom, there we go. Then I'm going to hit play again so you can hear the way that I chose to put this delay.
Dime a dozen. Play with me. Bring your cousin. Chill.
So basically where I had it at was like pretty much at the same volume of like what the main vocal was. Like, I wanted it to be kind of loud and to like press through in the music so you can like hear it continuously while the song is going. Like, I want it, dime a dozen, play with me, bring your cousin, chill, baby. Like, I want you to keep hearing it as like a chant, so it just like keeps going. So that's what I did with the dynamics. Now the pitch is really cool. I probably should have did this for my song My Time Now, because this is actually when I first ever messed with the pitch. But with the pitch, what it does is well, let me just read it instead of like trying to make this up. The pitch knob enables pitch shifting, ranging from an octave down to an octave up. Note, when enabled, the minimum possible delay time changes from 5 milliseconds to 45 milliseconds. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on. I just clicked it. And then what I'm going to do is let's go 12 semitones. All right. So I just hit on and did 12 semitones. Let's listen.
Dime a dozen. Play with me. Bring your cousin.
All right. You hear how squeaky that got? That's pretty wild, huh? So let's turn it all the way down.
Dime a dozen. Play with me. Bring your cousin.
Okay, I just thought about something. I have auto tune on this in and out. Let me turn it off just to make sure it's not like kind of messing with this. Let's play it again.
Dime a dozen. Play with me. Bring your cousin.
Kind of wild, huh? So let's do 6 semitones down. Come on. There we go. That's close enough. Whatever. All right, let's play this.
Dime a dozen. Play with me. Bring your cousin.
Kind of cool. Sorry if I start talking, you can't hear me. I'll know instantly because I can hear myself right now. And if I can't hear myself well, I know I forgot to hit solo. I'm basically soloing the track that I'm talking with on and off. Like what you're listening to, I hit solo so you can hear it, and then I have to turn the solo off so that you can hear me again. Anyways, so something that I did in the song My Time Now is I did the pitch shift like up, and then it has this really cool option to do. So this button on the left, you can see this one right here. I'm just going to read it. It says, enable the pitch shift mirroring button at the top left. Oh, I'm sorry. At the left top of the knob. Why did I say top left? Anyways, to invert the pitch shift amount in the right channel. In combination with a small shift, this can be used to create chorus-like effects. All right. So let's hit this one. Let's see how it sounds.
Dime a dozen. Play with me. Bring your cousin. Chill, baby. Peel, baby.
Pretty cool, huh? All right, now let's do this one. This one says, the pitch shift routing button sets whether pitch shifting is applied before the sound is fed back to the input or afterwards. When routed within the feedback path, the pitch will change more and more for every repetition of the sound. When placed outside feedback, the pitch will be applied just once to the final wet signal. All right, so instead of digesting all that, let's just hear it. I can do inside feedback or outside feedback. Let's do inside feedback.
Dime a dozen. Play with me. Bring your cousin. Chill, baby.
All right, now let's do outside feedback. And for clarification, let's read this again. The pitch shift routing button sets whether pitch shifting is applied before the sound is fed back to the input or after. So it was already on inside, right? You see that? I just now selected outside. So it was already by default on the inside. I'm just now selecting outside. So let's hear this.
Dime a dozen. Play with me. Bring your cousin. Chill, baby. Dime a dozen. Play with me. Bring your cousin.
I don't know if you can hear that. Please be listening to this on headphones, by the way. Like, do not listen to, or like monitors, or really good monitors. Honestly, probably headphones over the monitors, just, close space. But there's like the pitch shift, you can actually hear it shifting up. Like you can hear it like going like you can hear it going up with the inside feedback. With the outside feedback, I couldn't really hear it. If you know exactly what this is doing and you understand it a little better than what I'm hearing right now, by all means, like put that in the comments so we can know what's going on. But yeah, I can definitely hear the pitch shift working on the inside feedback and not so much on the outside feedback. It's not as clear. Okay, so for the delay, this big knob, I know I went all around the world before I even got to the big knob. You can see this says delay offset 100%, but let me read the help at the top right. It says the delay offset knob appears when the delay time is synchronized to the host tempo using the delay sync button at the right top of the delay time knob. Why do they say at the right top instead of the top right? I feel like most people say like top left or top right instead of right top or left top. This is my left bottom. Don't you mean your bottom left? Adjectives first, right? Am I tripping? Anyways, let me read that again. The delay offset knob appears when the delay time is synchronized to the host tempo using the delay sync button at the right top of the delay time knob. It sets the relative delay time as a percentage of the synchronized time. Double click the knob to enter a value directly, like 50%, dotted, or T triplet. All right. So I just double clicked it, and then it says delay offset, and then you can select some of these. I'm going to click again, double click. Then I'm just going to move this around. And you can see the lines right here start to move. Wow. All right, so this is 200%. Let's hear what that sounds like.
Dime a dozen. Play with me. Bring your cousin. Chill, baby. Peel, baby.
Okay. Oh, shoot. That was anticlimactic. I was like, okay, and you didn't hear anything. Okay, so let's do some math. All right. What is 2 times 2? 4, right? So if we have this on, oh, this is going to ruin it. That doesn't work. That's not good math. Anyways, this was on a quarter of a note, and it's at 200%. And I thought it was going to be at half note and like 200%. It was, you can see these down here. That it didn't work out. I tried. Is this at 202%? How is that even possible? 202? What is it? What is happening? Okay. Anyways. Oh, is the offset on? It is. This has been offset this whole time. I did not know that. That is crazy. Fun fact. Okay. So at let's go 50%. All right. You can see how the lines have squished over here to the left. Let's hear how this sounds.
Dime a dozen. Play with me. Bring your cousin.
So even though that math didn't work out the way that I thought it was going to work out, it's still kind of doing that same thing. So let's go back to 100%. But I'm going to swap this to like a 16th. You see how many lines like popped up over here? And then this is at 16th. And then you have your 4 right there. It's not quite this. But again, just doing some math, it's getting there. And again, this is an 1/8 and this is a quarter note. So you kind of want to just play with it to get it to where you want it to go. Now, the most unclear, ambiguous thing that I play with is the feedback. All right. Right now we're at 63.1%, but let me read it to you and then we'll talk about it. The feedback knob sets the feedback for the left or right delay line. The feedback signal is taken from the output of the filter section. The feedback pan ring around the knob changes the amount of feedback per channel. Turning it to the left attenuates the feedback in the right channel. Turning it the other way will leave you with feedback in the right channel only. Of course, panning is only available in the stereo version of the plugin. Note that with high cross feedback mix amounts or in ping pong mode, panning feedback can cut off the feedback. I'm going to need to have a talk with whoever wrote this. Maybe I'm just reading it insane, but all right. So long story short, the less feedback you have, the less feedback you have. The more feedback you have, the more feedback you have. Simple enough, right? So let's put this at 50%. Actually, let's put this at 0. Let's start there.
Dime a dozen. Play with me. Bring your cousin. Chill, baby.
All right. You hear how non-feedbacky it is? Let's go. You aren't going to murder me for saying feedbacky. All right. So let's go to 50% and let's listen to that.
Dime a dozen. Play with me. Bring your cousin. Chill.
All right. And then now we're going to go to 100%, which is, or actually, let's go 100. Oh, there we go. Okay. What's crazy is when I just turned it to 100, I can currently hear the feedback right now. I am going to hit play and hit stop after the first phrase, and it's probably going to echo for a while. Let's check this out.
Dime a dozen.
Okay. So the reason why it does that is because there's so much feedback in there that it's just going to go on and on and on and on. So let me get a drink right quick. Hold on. This episode is sponsored by St. James Organic Brewed Tea. St. James Organic Brewed Tea is absolutely amazing. This is classic mango flavor, and it's a flavored black tea. 0 calories, everybody. 1 gram of carb, 0 protein, but we're not drinking this for protein by any chances. So please pick up some St. James black tea. Is that a good sponsor right there? All right. So the reason why you would want to use a lot of feedback, this is not sponsored by St. James, if you couldn't tell. But the reason why you would want to use that feedback so high is if you were to, I guess, do that like when I was doing like in a song where you wanted to do a long tail and like just keep it going. You could do that, or you could chop the vocal and like piece it in with the beat, or you could use the feedback. Your choice. One is a little more lazier but maybe creative. By all means, your choice. As I said, it's something that is, all these things are just tools, and it's how you want to use these tools is completely up to you. Okay. The last knob on here that I could possibly talk about because of stuff that I might use is the wet knob. And I will be honest, I never touch it. The reason why is the feedback knob is like my wet knob. That is the knob that I control how much feedback, how long the tail is. The wet knob, I'll read it. It says the combined wet level / pan knobs are used to adjust the amount of the delayed wet signal that passes through. The outer ring sets the panning, the inner knob, the overall level. Both are modulation targets. Now again, by all means, play with this as much as you want to. You can see I turn this down to, it looks like infinity. And Like all the delay is gone. So this is basically just a dry vocal with no delay whatsoever, which technically would be the same thing as if you go over here and in Luna, by all means, whatever DAW you're using, and you take you take the delay knob and turn it all the way down, because it also reads infinity. So it would basically do the same thing. Zero input or output of delay. But I keep this at 100% all the time because I want delay. I want to hear delay. I will control how much delay with my send knob, and then just kind of go from there. Okay, that is my beginning to end of how I usually use FabFilter Timeless 3. Is this the best way? For me, I would suggest that if you have this plugin, or if you don't, I'm pretty sure you can get a demo of it. They probably do like a 7-day trial or something like that. I don't know. But I would use this all the time. If I were somebody else. If I were me, I do use this all the time. This is the only delay I use currently. I used to only use Echo Boy, and I swapped to Timeless 3, and I actually use the same plugins all the time. I use FabFilter Pro Q4 for my EQ. I use the LA2A Gray, and then I use the Pultec if I want to add a little bit more. This is my vocal chain, by the way. I use the Pultec if I want to add a little bit more, whatever, low end, high end, even do a little bit of subtraction on the low end with the Pultec. And then I use the Pro DS as the de-esser for FabFilter. And that's my chain. Every single vocal looks like that. This is an older song. I've got a smart gate on there. I don't usually use a gate. But yeah, I use that chain every single time. It's not because I think it's the best. It's because what I'm trying to get used to. Like, I think too many people, they change their plugins too much. Like, you need to get used to what you have. Think of plugins as like you're the coach. Like, you're the coach of a team, and your plugins are your players. And you need your players to play together. Like, they need to be on the field, on the court together. And they need to work with each other to understand each other. And until you let them play together a lot, you're not going to get the best out of them. So I haven't changed my plugins, and this song is like, what, a year old? A little older. Like, oh, actually, it might not even be that. Oh, anyways, this is probably coming up on a year. But like, I don't change my plugins unless I find out something dramatic. Like, I think I have a subscription to Mix with the Masters and Pure Mix. I learned about this. It might not be even on this chain, and it's not. I'm not even going to go into that. That's sorry. I just kind of got sidetracked. This is about Timeless 3. That's what this video is about. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. By all means, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you can, please subscribe to the channel. I know a lot of people don't subscribe to channels just because you forget. Not because you don't want to. You just tend to forget. But if you want to see more of these videos, subscribe. And then if you like it, hit the like button. It's like a thumbs up. Just click that button and give it a like, because it helps with the algorithm and you'll get to see more of my stuff. And then also lets me know what y'all like. Like, if you like this, then hit the thumbs up, and so that way I know you like it. If you dislike it, though, hit the thumbs down twice to make sure I know you double dislike it. All right. And share this with your friends, your family, your loved ones. Make sure that they know that this is also something that you're into. But yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out in the comment section or also send me an email. I believe I have my email in the I always forget. Like, I don't make these videos very often. I think the last video I made was like a month ago. So yeah, you'll see my email on my YouTube page, but please reach out. Instagram, YouTube, email, however, doesn't matter. See ya.